Well, a lighter press conference than we normally bring you here on France 24. You are listening there to Mick Jagger, Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards talking about their new album with the Rolling Stones. It's Hackney Diamonds, and the new single is called Angry. Listening to that sort of rather jovial press conference with me was Jenny Ben Brahim from our music desk. Jenny, what are your thoughts on what we just heard?
I mean, it was actually quite fun to watch. It was like watching friends kind of reuniting, kind of having jokes between each other. And also Jimmy Fallon, who we saw there kind of hosting the event. He's a US late night host and he's a mega fan of the Rolling Stones. So it's him really kind of leading this. And they actually announced in this press conference a new album called Hackney Diamonds, as you just said. And that's going to drop on the 20th of October. And that's their first studio album in 18 years. So I think, fans out there will be super excited. As you can see in those images, that's the new song,
Angry.
Angry, that's playing there, starring Sydney Sweeney, who best known from the TV series Euphoria. Now, this press conference actually took place at the iconic Hackney Empire music venue in London, and fans, started lining up early this morning to get a glimpse or to take part in this event. And this is really the first album since 2005's A Bigger Bang. And before the press conference, they actually had quite a fun strategy of kind of getting the news out there, a quite original marketing strategy. As the title suggests, Hackney in London was really central to this album, and they actually posted an advert in the local Hackney Gazette. And it made several references to Rolling Stones songs such as Satisfaction and Give Me Shelter. And he also had the iconic mouth and tongue logo best associated with the Rolling Stones projected onto the facade of landmarks in cities around the world like Paris, London and New York. And it was actually really pleasant to see them back together again. And actually, they mentioned that this is probably a massive difference from their first press conference back in 1964, where it was just them, a few journalists sitting in a pub, and they said, "Here, have a pint of beer and listen to our album."
Very different indeed, broadcast live, all over the world, we imagine this one, Jenny. Just give us a sense of what you think we can expect from not just that new single, Angry, but from the album as well.
So from what we can already hear from this new song, I think that Rolling Stones fans will be pretty happy. It really kind of strikes a chord of the original albums that came out back in the 60s. Now, Hackney Diamonds is set to feature quite a lot of big names, including Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder, and Lady Gaga. And it's also the first album since drummer Charlie Watts passed away back in 2021. But you can still hear some of his contributions on this new album, which he managed to record before he passed away. And he was actually subsequently replaced by Steve Jordan on the drums for the 60th anniversary tour of Europe last year. Now, 60th anniversary, it's insane to be saying they've been playing for this long. I mean, clearly they're not retiring anytime soon. They still have the same amount of energy. So much so that Mick Jagger just turned 80 this summer. And
he looked pretty good for 80.
Yeah, honestly. And even as we saw in the press conference, they were jumping up, were really animated, absolutely do not look like they have been doing this for over 60 years. Keith Richards is 79, Ronnie Wood is 76. And a quite fun fact, Hackney Diamonds is Cockney rhyming slang for shattered glass. And I'm going to be very cheesy right now.
Go on then.
Let's see if this new album shatters records.
I love that. Do I have a pun to end on? Can they keep it rolling? No,
that was pretty good.
That's terrible. I apologise, but thanks very much, Jenny Ben Brahim, for coming in to tell us about that brand new Rolling Stones album, the first original music from them in nearly 20 years.